join. And by the time you people can confirm that if my voice is audible to you and my screen is visible. अगर आप लोग को मेरी आवाज आ रही है, मेरी स्क्रीन दिख रही है, तो आप क्वेश्चन बॉक्स में मुझे येस और नो भेज सकते हैं, तो तब तक कंफर्मेशन हो जाएगा कि सिस्टम इज परफेक्टली फाइन. I'm waiting for the responses from you people. Perfect. So I got some of the responses. Thank you so much, everyone who responded on my question. So in today's webinar, we are going to learn something from the technical analysis. All right. So I'm not going to reveal everything over here. I'll just give you a quick introduction on the topic. Okay. Plus, this webinar is going to be mixed in Hindi and English. So, everyone will able to understand the topic. Okay. जब भी हम लोग कोई ट्रेड करते हैं, ओके, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट टेक्निकल एनालिसिस, सो वी विल टॉक अबाउट द ट्रेडिंग, ओके, एंड नॉट द इन्वेस्टमेंट. सो हम लोग जब भी ट्रेडिंग करते हैं तो कोई ट्रेड होल्ड करने के लिए वी नीड टू हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ कन्विक्शन, राइट? इफ it is taking time to reach towards the target, or if it is a positional trade, we need a certain kind of conviction on that trade, correct, to hold on to the profits, or to ride the trend and all of that. हम लोग को वो कॉन्फिडेंस चाहिए होता है, कन्विक्शन चाहिए. सो अगर हम लोग ने ट्रेड किसी और के सजेशन पे लिया है, या फिर बहुत वीक कन्विक्शन से लिया है, तो ट्रेड को होल्ड करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है, राइट? सो इसके लिए वी नीड टू हैव समथिंग विच विल गिव अस कॉन्फिडेंस, करेक्ट? अगर आपको स्क्रीन पे कुछ सिग्नल मिला कि जो भी एंटिटी आप देख रहे हो, इट कैन गो अप, इट कैन गो डाउन, जो भी आपका डायरेक्शन होगा बेस्ड ऑन योर ओवरव्यू. So if you get those kind of signals through something, you will get the conviction to hold on to that trade, correct? Or you will have more confidence to enter into some particular trade, correct? So the indicators help you in the same way, right? So in today's webinar, we are going to learn the power of indicators in the trading, okay? Trading indicators we are going to learn, especially the moving averages and the RSI, okay? So now we will go forward and start off with the session. This is going to be a small session because we are only talking about 2 indicators, okay? So just pay attention. Before we go forward, I'll read you a standard disclaimer. The content and explanation shared in this webinar are only for information and educational purpose. Stock market trading investments are subject to market risk. Please consult your financial advisor before making financial decisions. All right, so we are all set for the session. So first question I want to ask you all that, what do you think is a trading indicator? Indicator क्या होता है? आपको अगर image दिख रही हो, तो आप you can connect, right? That indicator is nothing but a signal that you can get based on the technical factors, right? So trading indicators are tools used by traders to analyze market data and make informed decisions about buying or selling stocks. These indicators are based on mathematical calculations applied to historical price, volume, or sentiment data. So basically, what are trading indicators? These indicators, they process the historical price, volume, or all the data that we get from the historical moments, okay? And then they process it and we get some kind of information out of it, okay? So, and based on that, we can make our buying or selling decisions. So this is what the trading indicators do, and this is how they help us, okay? Now, what are all kind of trading indicators? There are a lot of indicators. Firstly, there are categories, and then there are indicators who belong to those categories, okay? हमारे पास broadly 5 categories है trading indicators के, okay? So the first one is trend indicator. Trend indicators क्या करते हैं? आपको trend दिखाते हैं कि if it is a bullish trend or if it is a bearish trend, okay? आपको direction समझने में help होता है trend indicator से. What is a movement indicator? Momentum indicator will not give you a direction, but it will tell you how, you know, fast the move can come. Okay, how strong is the momentum. All right. So example क्या होता है momentum indicator का? It can be RSI, MACD. Okay, you all are familiar with these names, right? But probably you don't know how to apply it in your trading, right? That is why we are here. Trend indicator का example क्या है? Moving average. We are going to look at moving average today. ऑलराइट, थर्ड कैटेगरी हमारे पास क्या है? वॉल्यूम. सो वॉल्यूम आप सबको पता है कि जब भी कोई ट्रांजैक्शन होता है, इट कैन बी फ्यूचर्स ट्रांजैक्शन और कैश और इवन ऑप्शंस, तो वॉल्यूम जनरेट होता है, राइट? सो उसके बेसिस पे भी हम लोग कुछ ट्रेडिंग इंडिकेटर्स यूज कर सकते हैं विच गिव अस सर्टेन इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट दैट एंटिटी. ऑलराइट, सो द एग्जांपल ऑफ वॉल्यूम इंडिकेटर इज VWAP. ऑलराइट, next is volatility. Volatility is, you know, it doesn't mean that if volatility is high then market is going to fall down, but volatility tells you, volatility आपको बताती है कि कितनी फास्ट आपका कि volatile कितना है मार्केट. ओके, कितने फास्ट मूवमेंट्स आ सकते हैं. ओके, so this is what the volatility indicators will tell you. The example of volatility indicator is VIX, India VIX. Okay, volatility index of India. Another is Bollinger Bands. Okay, Bollinger Bands are also a good indicator for the volatility. All right, and the last is sentiment. So sentiment, ultimately we all want to know the sentiment of the market. What is the undertone of the market, if it is bullish or bearish, है ना? So सेंटिमेंट इंडिकेटर्स हमें वो अंडरटोन समझने के लिए हेल्प करता है. तो उसका क्या एग्जांपल है? पीसीआर. पीसीआर इज नथिंग बट, यू नो, हाउ मेनी पुट्स आर सोल्ड इन कंपेयर टू द कॉल्स. तो उससे पता चलता है कि, यू नो, कॉल सेलर्स ज्यादा स्ट्रांग है मार्केट में एट दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम और पुट सेलर्स स्ट्रांग है. ऑलराइट, सो दीज आर ऑल ब्रॉड कैटेगरीज ऑफ द ट्रेडिंग इंडिकेटर्स, but we are only going to focus deeply on the moving averages and the RSI, in short the trend indicator and the momentum indicator today. Okay, if you need the whole explanation on all these categories, we have one earlier webinar which was done in the past on all these categories, so you can find the recording in our YouTube channel, which is HDFC Securities. Okay, so you can find that webinar as well, but in today's webinar we are going to focus more upon MA and RSI. So now जैसे हमने ट्रेंड इंडिकेटर्स की बात करी, राइट? सो ट्रेंड इंडिकेटर्स हमें क्या बताते हैं? ट्रेंड इंडिकेटर्स हेल्प अस टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द ट्रेंड इन द मार्केट. ओके, सो व्हाट ऑल काइंड ऑफ ट्रेंड्स कैन वी हैव? इट कैन बी अप ट्रेंड, इट कैन बी डाउन ट्रेंड. एंड जब भी अप ट्रेंड या फिर डाउन ट्रेंड नहीं होता है, तब क्या होता है मार्केट में? कंसोलिडेशन, राइट? सो कंसोलिडेशन ऐसा फेज होता है जहां पे आपको एक स्मूथ अप मूव नहीं मिलेगा, स्मूथ डाउन मूव नहीं मिलेगा. यू नो, मार्केट somehow stuck in a range bound zone. Okay, so that is a consolidation. So these trend indicators tell you the exact trend that is going on in the market. Okay, so I'll just read the line as well as I explained to you. The method of trend trading tries to capture gain through the analysis of an asset's momentum in a particular direction. Okay, so if you are a trader who does directional trades, it can be buying, it can be selling. Okay, but the directional trades, then these trend indicators can help you on a very deep down level. Okay, now firstly, we will talk about plain simple moving averages. Okay, and then we will move towards the exponential moving averages. Okay, so what are moving averages? Moving average is a technical analysis tool that smooths out price data by creating a constantly updated average price. So जैसे कि आपको नाम से ही पता चल रहा होगा, this is nothing but the average, right? So अगर आपने कोई टाइम पीरियड सिलेक्ट किया है, मूविंग एवरेजेस आपको अलग अलग टाइम फ्रेम के मिलते हैं. इट कैन बी 20 days, 50 days, 200 days. You can go and change the settings, and based on that setting, based on what your requirement is, it will show you the moving average line. Okay, so आप उस हिसाब से टाइम फ्रेम चूज कर सकते हैं. It can even be in the minutes, it can be even in the weeks time frame. All right, now तो जैसे आपको नाम से पता चलता है, it is average, right? सो जो भी आप टाइम फ्रेम सिलेक्ट करोगे उसका एवरेज लेके उसको स्मूथ आउट करके इट विल गिव यू अ लाइन. ऑलराइट, दिस इज हाउ यू गेट द मूविंग एवरेजेस. नाउ एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज क्या होता है? एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज में, सो सिंपल मूविंग एवरेज में क्या होता है, अगर आपने 20 डेज का मूविंग एवरेज लगाया तो 20 डेज के प्राइस को वो इवनली ट्रीट करेगा. ओके, बट एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज में क्या करता है? एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज विल गिव हायर इंपॉर्टेंस टू द recent prices. Okay, an exponential moving average is a type of moving average that places a greater weight and significance on the most recent data points, which is price. Okay, this makes it more responsive to new information compared to simple moving average, which assigns equal weight to all data points in the period. So when we compare moving averages and exponential moving averages, what is the difference? Moving average is going to treat the whole data as equal. Okay, but exponential moving average will give higher importance to the most recent prices. Okay, तो इसका मैं आपको एग्जांपल देती हूँ कि लेट्स से कोई स्टॉक है, बहुत टाइम से उसमें कोई मूव आया ही नहीं है. ओके, इट वाज जस्ट फ्लैट, बट रिसेंटली लेट्स से 1 वीक से उसमें काफी वॉलेटिलिटी आ रही है. इट कैन बी बेस्ड ऑन सम न्यूज और इट कैन बी बेस्ड ऑन if the results are very good or if the results are very bad. Based on something, it has a volatility recently from a week's period of time. So in this case, what will happen? This exponential moving average will give more importance to this recent price action more. Okay, as compared to the previous time frame when it was comparatively flat. All right, so this is the difference between your moving average and the exponential moving average. So अंडरस्टैंडिंग में कोई फर्क नहीं है. When you want to apply this in the trading or into your technical analysis, it will not your inference is going to be same. So how you use the moving averages, it is going to be same for you all. Okay, you can choose moving average, simple moving average or exponential moving average based on your preferences. All right, now we are going to see I'm going to discuss some of the strategies based on the moving averages. So for that, I have chosen simple moving average only. Okay, I have not taken the exponential moving average, but you can choose to take exponential. Okay, अगर ये जो मैंने strategies यहाँ पे discuss करने वाली हूँ उसमें मैं simple moving averages को मैंने use किया है, but अगर आपको एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज यूज करना है तो ये स्ट्रैटेजीज उस पे भी काम कर लेंगे. ओके, सो मूविंग एवरेज से आपको क्या पता चलता है? व्हाट डू मूविंग एवरेजेस इंडिकेट? सो फर्स्ट थिंग, if the moving average is flat, it means that the market or that particular entity is range bound. Okay, there is no particular trend. If the moving average is angled up, इसका मतलब क्या है कि काफी टाइम से फ्लैट चल रहा था एंड सडनली इट हैज एंगल्ड अप, सडनली ये ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है. ओके, इट मींस दैट इट्स अ पॉजिटिव ट्रेंड नाउ. ओके, थर्ड क्या है? इफ द मूविंग एवरेज इज एंगल्ड डाउन, ओके, इट मींस देयर इज अ नेगेटिव ट्रेंड कि बहुत टाइम से वो फ्लैट चल रहा था एंड नाउ इट हैज सडनली स्टार्टेड टू गो डाउन. इट मींस इट इज अ नेगेटिव ट्रेंड. ऑलराइट, नाउ सिर्फ एक मूविंग एवरेज पर ट्रस्ट करके ट्रेड में एंटर करना थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी हो सकता है. राइट, डू यू एग्री? राइट, if I only have to look at one moving average and someone tells me that trade based on only one moving average, then it will be a little difficult for me to judge a trade and stay into it. But if I get some confirmation from multiple moving averages, what happens if we can combine multiple moving averages? It can give higher confirmation, isn't that right? अगर हम लोग मल्टीपल मूविंग एवरेजेस का कॉम्बिनेशन बनाते हैं तो उससे हम लोग को ज्यादा कंफर्मेशन मिलेगा. राइट, सो उसका हम एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल कि if you choose one smaller moving average and one bigger moving average, okay, what do we have to observe on those two lines? We have to observe the crossovers. Okay, crossover किसे बोलते हैं? जब दो लाइंस क्रॉस करते हैं एक दूसरे को, राइट, नीचे से ऊपर या ऊपर से नीचे. राइट, so those are the crossovers. So what we have to observe in this is if the smaller moving average is crossing above bigger moving average. Okay, छोटा वाला MA है, for example it can be 50 MA and bigger MA we can take an example of 200 MA. okay. It can be आप डे टाइम फ्रेम पे भी लगाते हो, आप 5 मिनट के टाइम फ्रेम पे भी लगा सकते हो. You can put it on any kind of time frame, but we have to just observe two different moving averages. One has to be smaller, one has to be bigger. All right. Now, when the smaller moving average is crossing above the bigger moving average, it is a positive crossover. Okay. So what does positive crossover tells you? It is a breakout. Okay. And the positive trend can sustain for a considerably longer period of time. Okay. तो जो सिर्फ एक मूविंग एवरेज से आपको ट्रेंड का कंफर्मेशन मिल रहा था, उससे काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग कंफर्मेशन आपको क्रॉस ओवर देगा. ओके. नाउ, if the smaller moving average is crossing below the bigger moving average, okay, what does it mean? It means it is a negative crossover, and it tells you that there is a negative trend that is started now. Okay. It generally happens when there is a breakdown. Okay. So जो पॉजिटिव क्रॉसओवर या फिर नेगेटिव क्रॉसओवर्स होते हैं, इसके साथ हमें काफी फास्ट मूवमेंट्स देखने को मिलते हैं. इट कैन बी ब्रेकआउट और ब्रेकडाउन. But the trend traders generally they want to catch such kind of momentums. So this is a very important point that you should observe into the market. So we will take an example of the crossovers. So this is Tata Power stock chart. All right. And if you can see over here, this red line is our 50 moving average. Okay, 50 DMA, because I have set it on a daily time frame. Okay, and this blue line is a 200 DMA. Okay. Now what is happening over here? 50 MA is crossing above the 200 MA. What does it mean? It's a positive crossover, right? So in such cases, if you can see, इस particular example में भी अगर आप देखोगे, इसमें क्या हो रहा है? इसके पहले जो है ये स्टॉक काफी रेंज बाउंड रहा या फिर फ्लैट रहा, एक कोई स्पेसिफिक ट्रेंड उससे निकल के नहीं आ रहा था. बट वंस दिस क्रॉस ओवर वॉज डन, इट हैज गिवन अस वन साइडेड मोमेंटम, राइट. सो दिस इज हाउ, जब मैंने आपको बोला कि क्रॉस ओवर के बाद काफी लॉन्ग टर्म ट्रेंड हमें देखने को मिलता है, बाय दैट आई मेंट दिस, सच काइंड ऑफ लॉन्ग टर्म ट्रेंड्स कैन हैपन if you observe the crossovers. Okay. Of course अगर आप छोटे टाइम फ्रेम पे क्रॉसओवर ऑब्जर्व करोगे तो इतना बड़ा ट्रेंड आपको नहीं देखने को मिलेगा एज कंपेयर टू द डेली टाइम फ्रेम. तो टाइम फ्रेम से भी थोड़ा फर्क पड़ेगा. जैसे जैसे आप बड़ा टाइम फ्रेम चूज करोगे, उतना ही बड़ा ट्रेंड आपको ऑब्जर्व करने को मिलेगा आफ्टर द क्रॉसओवर्स. सो if we want to decide the trade based on such crossovers, what do we do? After this crossover there can be a long entry. All right. And सबसे बड़ी बात होती है ना कि इसमें स्टॉप लॉस कैसे डिसाइड करेंगे, राइट. सो बेस्ड ऑन दिस वी कैन हैव अ ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस ऑन द 200 MA, और जो भी आपका बिगर MA होगा उसके वो लाइन आपका ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस होना चाहिए. ओके. क्योंकि जैसे जैसे आपका स्टॉक ऊपर ऊपर जाएगा, आपका जो बड़ा वाला MA होगा वो भी ऊपर ऊपर जाएगा, बट नॉट एज हायर एज योर स्मॉलर MA. ओके. इसीलिए हमारा स्मॉलर MA का हमें स्टॉप लॉस नहीं रखना है, because it can come down to smaller MA, take support, and again start to resume into the uptrend. All right. So that is why the bigger MA has to be a trailing stop loss level. All right. So this is how we trade based on the moving averages. Now we are going to talk about the momentum indicators. Okay. Momentum indicator, इसके पहले भी मैंने आपको बताया कि जैसे trend indicator आपको एक direction बताता है, right? It tells you a certain direction if it is bullish or bearish. But momentum indicator will not tell you a certain direction. It will tell you how strong is the momentum that is happening as in the price action at that moment. Okay. Momentum indicators show the movement of price over time and how strong those movements will be. Regardless of the direction, the price moves up or down. Okay. I hope now it is clear that it will, momentum indicators will never tell you the direction. It will tell you how strong are going to be the momentums. All right. Now, momentum indicators are also specifically useful as they help traders and analysts spot points where the market can and will reverse. Okay. The points are identified through divergence between price movement and momentum. So फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर हम लोग RSI के बारे में बात करें, ओके, लेट्स जस्ट गो टुवर्ड्स नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. इफ वी टॉक अबाउट RSI, we have we of course we understand how strong the momentum will be, but we will also understand based on this that when it is a overbought zone, when it is a oversold zone. Okay, so why do we need to understand these two zones is because once a certain entity reaches to overbought zone, there are higher chances that it will again come down, okay, because it is a overbought zone now. Okay, so similarly, when any entity reaches to the oversold zone, right, so there are higher chances that it will reverse on the upside and it will take a U-turn now. So this is why it is very important to understand if the zones where the entity is trading are oversold or overbought zones. So based on that हमें दो फायदे मिलते हैं. एक कि अगर नया ट्रेड हमें इनिशिएट करना है तो उसका क्लू मिलता है कि अगर ओवरबॉट जोन में है तो मुझे लॉन्ग ट्रेड में अब एंट्री नहीं करनी है. इट इज नॉट अ करेक्ट लेवल टू एंटर इनटू अ लॉन्ग ट्रेड. ओके, ये फर्स्ट क्लू आपको मिला. लेट्स से कि आपके पास लॉन्ग ट्रेड पहले से था, तो आपको क्या फायदा हो सकता है इससे कि अगर मान लो कि आप लॉन्ग ट्रेड में पहले से हैं, but if the stock reaches to overbought zone, okay, now you know that it can reverse, तो उस पॉइंट पे आप प्रॉफिट बुक कर सकते हो, राइट. सो ये दो क्लूज और these are the two helpful points that we get from these indicators as well, that how and what kind of actions we need to take in our existing trades or in our future trades. All right, now let's come towards RSI. RSI is nothing but relative strength index. Okay, the relative strength index is a momentum indicator used in technical analysis. RSI measures the speed and magnitude of a security's recent price changes to evaluate overvalued or undervalued conditions in the price of that security. So this is what we discussed, that it will tell you if the entity is into an overbought zone or oversold zone. Okay, प्लस देयर इज वन मोर एडिशन, और बहुत कम लोगों को पता होता है कि इस तरीके से भी RSI को यूज करते हैं. दैट वी विल आल्सो डिस्कस इन सम टाइम. ओके, सो जनरली हाउ डू वी infer the RSI numbers, right, or what does RSI indicate? If the RSI is above 70, it is overbought zone. Okay, if the RSI is below 30, it is oversold zone. Some people also consider it as 80 and 20, जो हमने 70 और 30 का लेवल लिया है. कुछ लोग इसको 80 और 20 भी कंसिडर करते हैं, but that gets little bit riskier. Okay, 70 and 30 are moderate levels. Okay, so if you have placed this particular indicator and if the RSI is showing more than 70 number, let's say it is showing 80, okay, then it means that that particular stock has reached into the overbought zone. Okay, and let's say if the stock is falling down and now your RSI is showing a number of somewhere around 20 or 25, it means that now it is in an oversold zone and now it can rest for a while. It can get range bound or it can reverse on the upside. All right, so this is how the RSI helps you. Now the second point is that sometimes कभी कभी क्या होता है कि कोई एंटिटी है, स्टॉक है, अप ट्रेंड में है ऑलरेडी. ओके, तो उसमें आपको कहाँ एंट्री करनी है ये भी तो पता करना होता है, राइट. मान लो कि आपकी इनिशियल एंट्री मिस हो गई, करेक्ट. अब आपको एंट्री करनी है कि नहीं, अगर ये ओवरबॉट जोन में चला गया तो फिर कब एंट्री करेंगे. ये ओवरबॉट जोन में जाने के बाद भी उसमें आपको वीकनेस नहीं दिखाई पड़ रहा है, तो आपको क्या करना है. इन सच कंडीशंस आल्सो RSI विल हेल्प यू. हाउ? Overbought RSI taking a support around 50 and again going in overbought zone is a sign of uptrend continuation. Okay, इसका क्या मतलब है कि मान लो कि आपका RSI 70 के ऊपर कॉन्स्टेंटली रह रहा है. ओके, 70 से वापस 50 आता है, 50 पे सपोर्ट लेके वापस ओवरबॉट जोन की तरफ जाता है. इसका मतलब क्या है कि आपका जो अप ट्रेंड है इट इज गोइंग टू बी कंटिन्यूड. ओके, इसका मतलब है जैसे ही स्टॉक नीचे आता है उसमें बाइंग इंटरेस्ट आता है. इसका मतलब है इट इज अ बाय इन डिप्स ट्रेंड विच इज गोइंग ऑन इन दैट एंटिटी. all right. Same way, an oversold RSI taking a resistance around 50 and again going back in oversold zone is a sign of downtrend continuation. Okay, so similarly अगर आपका जो RSI है वो 30 तक आ रहा है, 25 तक आ रहा है और वापस से ऊपर जाके 50 से रेजिस्टेंस लेके वापस नीचे आ रहा है, ओके, इसका मतलब क्या है कि उस पर्टिकुलर एंटिटी में सेल ऑन राइज हो रहा है, जो भी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रही है उसमें ऊपर के लेवल पे, वहां पे sellers एक्टिवेट हो रहे हैं, वहां पे सेलिंग की जा रही है. ऑलराइट, सो दिस इज हाउ even if a stock or some entity is in a certain trend, and if you want to understand what will be the correct level to enter in a long or a short trade, the RSI will help you to point out the level. All right, now we are going to see the example of RSI. Okay, how does it help you to understand the zones? All right, so if you can see, this is the bank nifty chart that I have taken. Okay, here the RSI is 77. See, 77 पे टच करने के बाद वापस से नीचे आया, राइट. यहाँ पे RSI कितना है? 74. 74 पे जाने के बाद वापस से नीचे आया. यहाँ पे RSI कितना है? 27. ओवरसोल्ड जोन में आ गया. ओवरसोल्ड जोन में आने के बाद वापस सपोर्ट लेके इसने अप ट्रेंड दिखाया. अब यहाँ पे टॉप पे कितना RSI है? 81, राइट. 81 से वापस से नीचे आया तो right, 81 say it has showed a downtrend, right. So these are, I feel that these are sufficient examples that how the RSI can help you to understand if the entity is going into overbought or oversold zone. So how is it going to help us in day-to-day trading is that जब भी हम कोई जनरली क्या होता है आजकल, स्पेशली निफ्टी, बैंक निफ्टी में डेली हाई पॉइंट्स मिल रहे हैं या फिर ऐसा कोई करेक्शन नहीं आ रहा है, तो अगर हमें लॉन्ग ट्रेड लेना भी है तो इट इज गेटिंग डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड वेयर टू एंटर, राइट. सो अगर आप इंट्राडे ट्रेडर है तो थोड़ा सा छोटा टाइम फ्रेम पे आप RSI का हेल्प लोगे तो इट विल गिव यू अ better clue to enter into any kind of trade. Okay, so even if market is on the upper side, you can trade both the sides, right, both the directions based on the RSI. Okay, so this is how you play and take help with RSI. Now just give me a moment. Yeah, as we talked about the indicators, we have seen the benefits that we can get from the trading indicators, but of course 100% we cannot trust anything into the market, right. So what are the challenges that someone can face with the trading indicators? We are going to discuss that. Okay, जब भी हमें कोई चीज का weakness भी पता होता है तो it is it gets easy to utilize the benefits of that particular thing, right, because we are already aware of the challenges that we may face, right. So what are the limitations of the technical indicators? First, they are lagging indicators. Okay, so why lagging? Because they are going to process the historical prices and then based on that it is going to give you the indications, right. So future में क्या होगा ये 100% you can never be sure based on the indicators. All right. Second, false signals. Sometimes, especially on a smaller time frame, okay, bigger time frame generally gives a very good outcome through any indicators, but especially on a smaller time frames, 3 minute 5 minute, अगर आप इतने छोटे time frame पे indicators लगाते हो, सिर्फ single indicator का help लेते हो, उसको combine नहीं करते हो, तो sometimes the signals can be false. Okay, so this is in such cases it is very important to have stop losses into the system. Lastly, the subjectivity is there. So it is subjective person to person, no doubt. उसके जो thumb rules है indicators के वो तो है, okay, everybody knows them, but how I infer some kind of indicator is different than how you are going to infer it and use it, right? So some sort of subjectivity is also there. So we have to consider these things before using the trading indicators, and we have to consider these things to make full advantage of the positive sides of the indicators as well. Okay, so in today's session, we have discussed the moving averages and the RSI. Of course, if you want to if you want to go and learn more about the indicators, there is a recording on YouTube channel of HDFC Securities, so you can watch another webinar on the YouTube channel as well, which covers more of the indicators. Okay, so now if you have any questions based on this topic, you can ask me, and I will be happy to answer. So there is a question, can moving averages be used for daily trade, and what time frame moving averages should be placed on a daily chart? So I suppose कि आपको daily time frame पे use करना है moving averages. So commonly used moving averages है 50, 21, 100 and 200. So you can use any two. Okay, you can use any number of moving averages, but आप जितना ज्यादा moving averages स्क्रीन पे लगाओगे उतना ही थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड ट्रेडिंग होगा और आउटकम आपका प्रॉपर निकलेगा नहीं. So two moving averages are sufficient. It can be 50 and 200. It can be 21 and 100. You can choose the combination, but these are the commonly used indicators: 21, 50, 100 and 200. Okay, you can use these indicators on any time frame: daily time frame, 15-minute time frame. If you are an intraday trader, 5-minute, 15-minute time frame will give you good results. For RSI, we can look at daily time frame as well. It will give you good results. There is one more question: which moving average time frame is best for intraday? For intraday, 15-minute time frame is the best. It is very commonly used, so it will give very good outcome. There is also one more question: can we create our own MA like 9 and 15 days? Yes, once you place the moving average indicator on your chart, you can go into settings and you can choose whatever time frame you want to put into it. So you can totally do that. So there is one more question: how to get this RSI indicator? Um, so I'll show on the platform itself, how do we set the indicators? So as all of you know that for invest right, or for HDFC securities, we have got this new platform especially for the traders, which is called as Insta options, right? So of course you can place the indicators on the existing charts that we get in our app and the web terminal, but this Insta options platform has a lot more features for the trading purpose. Okay, so I'll show you that platform and how do we place the indicators onto it. Okay, so this is the hdfcsec.com site. I have to click on product. Under derivatives, you can find this Insta options. Okay, this will ask for the user ID and password. So this is the same that you have for your InvestRight account or HDFC Sec account. Okay, you have to log in using that. It will send one OTP to your registered email ID and number. So I'll just enter the OTP. This will give this pop-up window. You have to authorize that because this is a third-party platform that we have got integrated with HDFC Securities. So it will ask you for the authorization. You have to click on authorize. And this is how you log in into the Insta Options platform. So here you get the watch list, and there are a lot more features in this whole platform. I'm going to show you the charts. Okay, let's say I want to put a chart of Nifty, so I'm going to click on this particular icon. The chart will be opened. Okay, this is a trading view chart. I hope all of you are familiar with trading view chart. It has a good tools to especially for the traders. So you see this word indicators. You can click on this and you can put the indicators based on this. So if I want to put RSI, I have to type RSI, and once I click on this, the RSI will be set over here. Okay, so this is how we put the indicators. For example, I want to add moving average. So this is how the moving average is also added. Okay, so if I want to add multiple moving averages, I can go again into the indicators and I can add the moving average, and I can go into settings and I can change the moving average, what number of moving average I want to have. So this is how we use this platform, and this is how you can use the indicators on your charts. There is one more question. Are these indicators work on options as well? Yes, they work for options as well. For intraday moving average combination that works well and which is commonly used is 21 and 50 for intraday, okay, on the time frame of 15 minutes. I'm getting questions on, where you can find the recordings of previous webinars. So if you visit the YouTube channel of HDFC Securities, you can find the playlist called as Understanding Derivatives. So under that, you will find all previous recordings of the webinars. So you can watch them. And also we have the weekly webinars like you have joined today. We have it weekly on every Wednesday. So once you get the email or any communication from our side, it is sent in the Telegram channel, it is sent on the push notification through the app, it is also sent on the email. So based on that, you can register, and you can also join the live sessions which happen on every Wednesdays. So for swing trading, as I have mentioned, you can use a daily time frame, and you can choose 100, 200 DMA, or 50 and 200 MA or DMA. There is a question, is simple moving average better or exponential moving average better? So which one is better, I cannot really tell. They have the different kind of properties, but I personally choose to use simple moving average as it is more commonly used into the market, so the outcome is more common. Okay, so I choose to go with simple moving average, but there are a lot of traders who also use exponential moving average as well. So there is one more question for positional traders, which indicators are useful? So for positional traders or intraday traders, the indicators remain same. All right. So more you practice on any indicator, it is going to, be easier for you. So this moving average and RSI will also help you if you are a positional trader as well. So, it is just a different time frame that, changes if you are intraday or positional trader. There is one more question. Does Insta option can use by HDFC Sky client? So HDFC Sky clients will also have the access of Insta option shortly. Okay, it will be launched very soon for HDFC Sky clients as well. Okay, you will be able to log in into Insta options with the help of your HDFC Sky credentials. Okay, so stay tuned for this. It will be done very shortly. Yes, we can perfectly use more than two indicators on this chart. There is one more question that I cannot find Insta options in my HDFC Sec screen. Can you show the same again? So I'm going to again show how do we find the Insta options. I'm going to log out. So once you go on this particular screen, this is the www.hdfcsec.com. You have to click on product, and under derivatives, you will find this Insta options. Okay. So once you click on this, it will ask for the user credentials. So you can log in into it. I hope now it is reachable for you. Um, All right, so I think these are all the questions, and thank you so much for attending this webinar. And do explore these indicators on, if you're using the web platform, or if you're using Insta options, or if you, even if you're a HDFC Sky user, you can use these indicators, explore these, and you can let us know your feedback on that. And thank you for joining this webinar. Stay tuned for next weekly webinar, and you can also suggest us the topic that you want me to cover. All right. So thank you so much, and it was pleasure, connecting with you all.